Advertisement. Sign in register. Incomplete articles, skills, interface, prayer. Prayer. This article is about the prayer skill. For information on training prayer, see prayer training, F2P. P2P. Prayer is a combat skill that grants the player specialized use in combat by evoking the power of the dead. All players start with limited access to the prayer skill. As a player's prayer level increases, they gain access to new prayers. As players traverse the land and complete many adventures, they nd. English. Sign in to edit. Prayer. Release date: the 4th of January, 2001. Update: Fan Pulse, new Elden Ring DLC. Play sound. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. View, talk. Prayer level up jingle. Themselves presented with the opportunity to gain the prayers and blessings from various schools of thought represented by different gods. Some of the strongest prayers are only available after doing certain members' quests or activities. Prayer is currently one of the quickest skills to achieve skill mastery in, as it is possible to reach level 99 in just a few days using the appropriate bones and methods. However, quickly training prayer tends to be expensive compared to other skills. Prayer is classified as a combat skill and is factored into the combat level formula. Therefore, leveling up in prayer may result in a higher combat level. The main free-to-play ways to train prayer are to bury bones and scatter demonic ashes. However, for RuneScape members, using bones or ashes on a gilded altar in a player-owned house's chapel is more efficient. For wealthier members, reinforced dragon bones are a quick and easy way to reach level 99 prayer, while semi-prosperous players can still level up with dragon bones. Bones can be obtained by killing various creatures, by taking bone drops that other players leave behind, or by collecting the bones that spawn in various places, such as in parts of the Egevil dungeon or at the Chaos Temple in the southern wilderness. Demon ashes can be obtained by killing demons or by taking demon ash drops that other players leave behind. Prayer is difficult to train in free-to-play because the greatest renewable source of prayer experience is big bones, which give only 15 experience when buried. Initially, it was believed that prayers are aligned specifically with Saradomin, and there are those on Guylina who believed that prayers are a response from Saradomin. As Zamorak claimed in a god letter, 1, the god of order deals with prayers, so when you give dead creatures / people an honorable burial in his name, it makes him pay closer attention to you, and help you out in little ways that Gothics won't notice. However, Necrovirus Notes states that this is factually incorrect, although it is nevertheless believed by many on Guylina. The notes state that prayer is actually energy harnessed from the dead by giving them a proper burial. Indeed, Yachomi, the former Lumbridge prayer tutor, also stated that burying bones raised the player's prayer level by increasing their holy energies. The actual connection between prayer and the gods of Guylina, including Saradomin as well as others such as Zaraos and Seren, is that the unique energy obtained by giving the dead a proper burial could be channeled into receiving certain boons or curses, which may be aligned with a particular god. Members only. No minimum level. For his scores, 15. As of the 12th of December, 2017. Players with 99. 165,071. As of the 4th of February, 2023. Players with 120. 3,915. As of the 4th of February, 2023. Players with 200 MXP. 1,015. As of the 4th of February, 2023. 0 o'clock. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Contents: hide. 1. Quick prayers. 2. History and origins. 3. Overview of how prayer works. 4. Recharging. 5. Other uses. 6. Prayer bonus. 7. Prayers. 8. Ancient curses. 9. Formula. 10. Burying bones and scattering ashes. 11. Prayer restoring potions. 12. Equipment. 13. Auras. 14. Gravestones. 15. Training. 15.1. Free to play. 15.1.1. Gathering bones. 15.1.2. Lamps. 15.1.3. Daily challenges. 15.2. Members. 15.3. Bones cost analysis. 15.4. Experience boosting equipment. 16. Prayer icking. 17. Where prayer could be very helpful. 18. Monsters that use prayer. 18.1. Overhead. 18.2. Other. 19. Level up table. 20. Temporary boosts. Prayer, unlike most skills that are directly related to their name, cannot be trained just through the act of praying. In fact, prayer almost completely relies on destroying remains, such as by scattering demonic ashes or burying bones to gain experience. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 20.1. Level. 20.2. Points. 21. Skilling pet. 22. Trivia. 23. References. 24. See also. Quick prayers. On the 25th of March, 2009, the prayer icon next to the minimap, now next to the prayer bar on the action bar, had a function added which expanded on its function as a simple meter. This new function was recognized as quick prayers. It can now be left-clicked to activate, or deactivate, a group of prayers pre-selected by the player simultaneously. You can select which prayers are activated by right-clicking the button and choosing the Select Quick Prayers option. You can do the same with curses. The option changes to Select Quick Curses. Quick curses and quick prayers are saved separately. Before the addition of this function, players had to, sometimes frantically, locate the prayer icon and activate them one by one. This new function allows players to place many of the most useful prayers on immediate standby. However, many players use the button simply to turn on prayers when accessing prayers through its tab, by double left-clicking it to turn on all prayers. This was the OCL release of the Quick Prayers function, as provided by JJX. The fourth upgrade for this week will save you valuable seconds in times of need. The prayer button near the minimap has undergone an overhaul, so you can now set a prayer, or group of prayers, before you go into action, and activate or deactivate it with one click. The button will also indicate the loss of prayer points by gradually fading out, similar to the behavior of the life points button. This should help prevent you accidentally running out of prayer points, and ending yourself suddenly vulnerable to your opponent's attacks. JJX. On the 10th of July, 2017, an update allowed players to add up to 10 presets for quick prayers or curses. Any of the presets can be dragged to the action bar for fast switching. This update also added the ability to name the presets using the names from the bank presets. History and origins. Prayer is one of the oldest skills in the game, dating back to early RuneScape Classic. As with good and evil magic, it had two facets, pray good and pray evil. Earlier than this, prayer was known as necromancy. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Name change was probably because necromancy was the moniker given to the magic class, back when the game had classes. Prayer was the last of the original skills in which players were able to reach the maximum skill level of 99. Before any of the prayers were made available, the current motive for training this skill, players could still gain prayer levels through burying bones and completing the Restless Ghost. While prayer did not have any uses, it existed in the good magic and evil magic skills simply as a moral compass of sorts. Although superficially burying bones may not seem to have much to do with prayer, it has been said in Postbag from the Hedge that although Saradomin condemns violence, he does like the player to bury the body honorably. In the God Letters, Guthix himself commented, Saradomin has a great pride upon himself, and his time is mostly spent with listening to the songs of his glories from the religious and the oarings of bones made to him by those seeking to gain his favor through prayers. God Letters Issue 13, Guthix maintains. These, and Zamoric's statement above, would appear to align with the widespread belief that prayer is associated specifically with Saradomin, and many on Guy Liner actually believed that prayer is a response from Saradomin in return for oaring of bones. However, as stated in Necrovirus Notes, prayer actually draws its power on the souls of the dead. By giving them a proper burial, they emit a unique energy that can be channeled by skilled individuals to gain boons or curses, which are taught within a school of thought represented by a god. On the 6th of September 2011, prayer points were updated to work in the same way as life points, i.e. the maximum number of prayer points a player normally has is 10x their prayer level. The drain rate of prayer points has been updated to match the change. On the 20th of November 2012, the Evolution of Combat update reduced the EECT of many prayers. For example, the damage reduction of protection prayers was changed from 100% to 50%. It also nerfed stat boosting prayers severely. But it did introduce some new prayers for mags and rangers, to make the combat triangle balanced prayer-wise. Melee still appears to be a little better in the original prayers, as melee prayers require lower prayer levels than magic prayers. Overview of how prayer works. Increasing a player's prayer level is generally done through various uses of bones or demonic ashes, with non-members limited to burying them, except in Demonheim, where they can be used on altars. Members. The Standard Prayer Book. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Have other options that are faster, such as offering bones to the gods at a gilded altar, worshipping at the Ectophontus, or taking part in activities that award prayer experience such as Soul Wars, Conquest and Pest Control. To use a prayer, players must click on any prayer available. Prayers that are highlighted with color can be used by the player, while prayers unavailable are darkened. When a player clicks on a prayer, a lighted circle will appear around it, indicating that they are using it. Using a prayer drains the player's prayer energy at varying speeds, and once this energy is depleted, prayers can no longer be used. Therefore, use of any and all prayers are temporary. To slow the rate of drain, players may equip items that add prayer bonuses, such as a blessed holy symbol or a priest gown, which reduces the drain rate by increasing prayer bonuses. Increasing prayer level does not reduce the drain rate of prayers. Once the player's prayer points reaches 0, all prayers will deactivate and no prayers will be able to be in use until the player recharges their prayer points. Prayer level determines the player's maximum prayer points. If it's drained due to factors such as a trap in a clan battle ELD, the maximum amount of prayer points is reduced accordingly. This can be remedied with the use of a restore potion or super restore. Recharging. To recharge prayer points, a player must pray at an altar or drink a potion that restores prayer points. If a holy wrench is in the player's inventory or pocket slot while drinking a prayer restoring potion, additional prayer points will be restored. Other options include dying or entering one of the many minigames that are PvP related. There are some altar locations that will charge the player's prayer points and a small boost to prayer. These locations are Egevil Monastery, the altar on the RST, or Nature Grotto deep within the Mortmire Swamp. Sears Village altar after completion of Sears Village hard tasks. The Elidines statuette located within Nada. The altar of Zaraos located within the Sentisan temple. The Amascut statue located within the Uza Master Bar drains several life points. The sulfur spring located in Oglog. A player recharging prayer points. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. The 4 altars within the 4 God Wars dungeon boss rooms boost an additional 10 prayer points for every equipped item alliated with that god. Note: praying at these altars will not raise the player's base level, it will only provide a small boost similar to other stat boosting potions. The Prayer Cape's special ability will raise it from 990 to 1000. The Dungeoneering reward items Split Dragon Tooth Necklace, Twisted Bird Skull Necklace, and Demon Horn Necklace recharge prayer points while burying various types of bones, which can be very useful in combination with the Bone Crusher, another Dungeoneering reward item. The Falada Shields, obtainable from the Falada tasks, can also restore the player's prayer points, but may only be activated once per day. The Saradomin God's Word has a passive EECT giving it a chance to restore both life and prayer points with each hit. Jane Gerberries restore 10 prayer points. Spicy stew with yellow spice can increase prayer points by 1060 points, however it may also decrease it by the same amount. While wearing full Sitherd robes, a player can listen to a musician, restoring 30 prayer points every game. Tick, or 150 points every 3 seconds. Wearing a full set of penance armor will allow prayer to slowly replenish at a rate of 30 prayer points every minute. The penance aura enables the player to gain prayer points equal to 5% of any damage they receive. Other uses. Players with level 70 or greater prayer may also bless the gravestones of others to increase a gravestone's lifespan, up to 5 minutes. Players under level 70 prayer can repair the gravestones of others to return the gravestone's timer back to its original time. For example, a gravestone that lasts for 4 minutes, when repaired, will return to its time of 4 minutes. Players with level 80 or greater prayer can battle Gregorovic and Telos, the Warden, who also requires 80 attack, ranged and magic. Prayer bonus. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Prayer bonuses can be viewed in the Equipment and Stats window. Here, players can see all their bonuses, including prayer. Prayer points will drain slower or quicker, depending upon the amount of prayer bonuses a player has. Players who have a positive prayer bonus will drain slower prayer points than usual. The higher the prayer bonus is, the slower the player's prayer points will drain when using prayer. Each point of prayer bonus reduces the drain rate by 1% of the regular drain rate of the prayer. A general formula for the time interval between dropping prayer points with a given prayer bonus is where the drain interval is the number of seconds per point, i.e. 1 point per x seconds. For example, if a player uses the Protect from Melee prayer with a prayer bonus of 0, their prayer points would drain at a rate of 1 point every 0.3 seconds. If that player then equips armor giving a prayer bonus of plus 25, the drain rate of this prayer is slowed to 125 equals 75%, so the drain interval becomes 0.3100/75 equals 0.4, or 1 point per 0.4 seconds instead of 1 point every 0.3 seconds. You can also use the prayer drain calculator to see your prayer drain rate based on which prayers you have active and what your prayer bonus is. To generate a prayer bonus, players must equip certain types of armor, clothing, weapons, and jewelry. See the prayer equipment page for more information. Prayer bonuses, however, do not help to stave over the side effects of locations, such as the barrows, crypts, and tunnels, and NPCs which drain prayer. Prayers. This is the list of all prayers in the game. As a player's prayer level increases, more of these prayers will become available for usage. While members have the ability to be granted access to all 30 prayers, free players are only able to access 21 out of 30 prayers, restricted from the last 8 along with Protect from Summoning. Prayers can be activated in the prayer list interface. Players can also use some prayers at the same time with others, though doing so will compound the drain rate of these prayers. Some prayers cannot be used simultaneously and are marked in the table with the same background color. For example, activating the Smite prayer while the Protect from Melee prayer is active will automatically deactivate Protect from Melee, as they are incompatible prayers. This prayer level is drained by 260 points. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Prayer level EECT. Drain rate. Second. Per point. Drain rate. Points per minute. Notes. Thick skin 1. Plus 2 levels when calculating block. Chance. 610, 1p. Burst of. Strength. 4 plus 2% damage 610, 1p, 2p. Clarity of. Thought. 7. Plus 2 levels when calculating hit. Chance. 610, 1p, 2p. Sharp eye 8. Plus 2 levels when calculating hit. Chance. 610, 1p, 2p. Unstoppable. Force. 8 plus 2% damage 610, 1p, 2p. Mystic Will 9. Plus 2 levels when calculating hit. Chance. 610, 1p, 2p. Charge 9 plus 2% damage 610, 1p, 2p. Rock Skin 10. Plus 4 levels when calculating block. Chance. 1.540, 1p. Superhuman. Strength. 13 plus 4% damage 1.540, 1p, 2p. Improved. Re-X's. 16. Plus 4 levels when calculating hit. Chance. 1.540, 1p, 2p. Rapid Restore 19. 2x restore rate for all skills except life points, prayer and summoning. 610, 3p. Rapid Heal 22 2x restore rate for life points 610, 3p. Protect item 25. Players keep one extra item when they die. Also on Ancient Curses. 610, 3p. Hawkeye 26. Plus 4 levels when calculating hit. Chance. 1.540, 1p, 2p. Unrelenting. Force. 26 plus 4% damage 1.540, 1p, 2p. Mystic Law 27. Plus 4 levels when calculating hit. Chance. 1.540, 1p, 2p. Supercharge 27 plus 4% damage 1.540, 1p, 2p. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Steel Skin 28. Plus 6 levels when calculating block. Chance. 0.6100, 1p. Ultimate. Strength. 31 plus 6% damage 0.6100, 1p, 2p. Incredible. Re-X's. 34. Plus 6 levels when calculating hit. Chance. 0.6100, 1p, 2p. Protect from summoning. 35. Members only. Protect against damage from summoning attacks and special moves. 0.4150, 4p. Protect from magic. 37. Protection from reduces the damage you take from magical attacks by 50%. Halves the duration of holding spells. Bind, snare and entangle, and teleport block. 0.4150, 5p. Protect from missiles. 40. Protection from reduces the damage you take from ranged attacks by 50%. Halves the duration of immobility as a result of bowlers. 0.4150, 5p. Protect from melee. 43. Protection from reduces the Damage you take from melee attacks. By 50%. 0.4150, 5p. Eagle Eye 44. Plus 6 levels when calculating hit. Chance. 0.6100, 1p, 2p. Overpowering. Force. 44 plus 6% damage 0.6100, 1p, 2p. Mystic Might 45. Plus 6 levels when calculating hit. Chance. 0.6100, 1p, 2p. Overcharge 45 plus 6% damage 0.6100, 1p, 2p. Retribution 46. Members only. Deals damage of up to 15x your prayer level to all nearby enemies in a 3x3 radius upon death. Note that this prayer will not hurt other players outside of PvP areas. 0.4150, 5p. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Redemption 49. Members only. Heals a player by 25x of their prayer level if their life points fall below 10%. When this prayer takes EECT, all remaining prayer points are drained. 0.4150, 5p. Smite 52. Members only. 1 of every 150 damage dealt is removed from an enemy's prayer points. 0.3200, 5p. Chivalry 60. Members only. Plus 7 levels when calculating hit. Chance. Plus 7% damage. Plus 7 levels when calculating block. Chance. Requires completion of Kings. Ransom and the Night Waves. Training Grounds minigame. 0.4150, 6p. Rapid Renewal 65. Members only. 5x restore rate for life points. Requires level 65 dungeoneering and needs to be purchased with 38,000 dungeoneering tokens. 0.6100, 3p. Piety 70. Members only. Plus 8 levels when calculating hit. Chance. Plus 8% damage. Plus 8 levels when calculating block. Chance. Requires completion of Kings. Ransom and the Night Waves. Training Grounds minigame. 0.3200, 6p. Rigor 70 members only. Plus 8 levels when calculating hit. Chance. Plus 8% damage. Plus 8 levels when calculating block. Chance. Requires completion of Kings. 0.3200, 6p. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U. These prayers will replace less powerful versions of themselves when unlocked. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R cannot be combined with any other of this type, unless it acts the same combat style. A B C D. These prayers have no restrictions, can be used with any others. Protect from summoning can be used with other protect prayers, but not with smite, redemption, or retribution. A B C D E F overhead prayers cannot be combined. A B C D. These prayers have the same EECT, but to different combat styles. They cannot be combined with each other or the prayers these prayers combine. Ancient curses. Ancient curses are the prayers of the god Zaraos and the goddess Seren. They are high-level prayers that are accessed after the temple at Sentisan. They are only available to members. Similar rules from the regular prayer list apply. Sap curses cannot be used with leech curses. DECT curses cannot be used together, except DECT summoning can be used with another DECT curse. Prayer level EECT drain rate. Second pull. Notes. Ransom and the Night Waves. Training Grounds minigame. Augury 70. Members only. +8 levels when calculating hit chance. +8% damage. +8 levels when calculating block chance. Requires completion of Kings. Ransom and the Night Waves. Training Grounds minigame. 0.3200, 6p. A player demonstrating overhead curses. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Point. Protect item 50. Keep one extra item if you die. Also available on the normal prayer list. 6. C1. Sap Warrior 50. Drains enemy by 2 levels when determining hit chance, increasing to 6 over time. 0.6, C2. Sap Ranger 52. Drains enemy by 2 levels when determining hit chance, increasing to 6 over time. 0.6, C2. Sap Range. Strength. 53. Drains enemy damage by 3%, increasing to 9%. Over time. Reduced to 2% to 6% in PvP. 0.6, C2. Sap Mage 54. Drains enemy by 2 levels when determining hit chance, increasing to 6 over time. 0.6, C2. Sap Magic. Strength. 55. Drains enemy damage by 3%, increasing to 9%. Over time. Reduced to 2% to 6% in PvP. 0.6, C2. Sap Spirit 56 drains enemy adrenaline by 10% each sap. 0.6, C2. Sap Defense 57. Drains enemy by 2 levels when determining block chance, increasing to 6 over time. 0.6, C2. Sap Strength 58. Drains enemy damage by 3%, increasing to 9%. Over time. Reduced to 2% to 6% in PvP. 0.6, C2. Berserker 59 boosted stats last 15% longer. 1.2, C1. DECT. Summoning. 62. Reduces damage dealt from summoning attacks. Prevents the use of a familiar's special moves, and can DECT some of the damage back to the attacker. 0.4, C3. DECT Magic 65. Provides 50% damage reduction against magical attacks and can DECT some of the damage back to the attacker. 0.4, C4, C5. DECT. Missiles. 68. Provides 50% damage reduction against ranged attacks and can DECT some of the damage back to the attacker. 0.4, C4, C5. DECT Melee 71. Provides 50% damage reduction against melee attacks and can DECT some of the damage back to the attacker. 0.4, C4, C5. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Leech attack 74. Boosts by 2 levels when determining hit chance. Increasing to 5 over time, drains enemy by 4 levels when determining hit chance, increasing to 8 over time. 0.3, C2. Leech ranged 76. Boosts by 2 levels when determining hit chance. Increasing to 5 over time, drains enemy by 4 levels when determining hit chance, increasing to 8 over time. 0.3, C2. Leech range. Strength. 77. Boosts damage by 2%, increasing to 8% over time, drains enemy damage by 6%, increasing to 12% over time. Enemy damage drain reduced to 4% to 8% in PvP. 0.3, C2. Leech magic 78. Boosts by 2 levels when determining hit chance. Increasing to 5 over time, drains enemy by 4 levels when determining hit chance, increasing to 8 over time. 0.3, C2. Leech magic. Strength. 79. Boosts damage by 2%, increasing to 8% over time, drains enemy damage by 6%, increasing to 12% over time. Enemy damage drain reduced to 4% to 8% in PvP. 0.3, C2. Leech. Defense. 80. Boosts by 2 levels when determining block chance, increasing to 5 over time, drains enemy by 4 levels when determining block chance, increasing to 8 over time. 0.3, C2. Light form 80. Doubles the chance of Seren-aligned spell effects occurring when using abilities. 0.2, C6, C7. Dark form 80. Doubles the chance of Zarao's aligned spell effects occurring when using abilities. 0.2, C6, C7. Leech. Strength. 82. Boosts damage by 2%, increasing to 8% over time, drains enemy damage by 6%, increasing to 12% over time. Enemy damage drain reduced to 4% to 8% in PvP. 0.3, C2. Leech energy 84. Steals an enemy's energy and restores it to the player. 10% every other hit. 0.3, C2. Leech. Adrenaline. 86. Steals an enemy's adrenaline and restores it to the player. 10% every other hit. 0.3, C2. Chronicle 87 automatically absorbs chronicles while training. 0.6, C6, C1. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Absorption Divination, granting Hunter and Divination XP. Soul Link 88. Equally shares all damage and healing with another player also using this EECT. 0.2, C6. Wrath 89. Deals damage of up to 25x your prayer level to all nearby enemies in a 5x5 radius upon death. 0.3, C4, C8. Teamwork. Protection. 89. Gives 5% damage reduction and 1% damage reaction for all nearby players who have the same prayer active. Stacks up to 5 times for a total of 25% reduction and 5% reaction. 0.2, C6, C4. Superheat. Form. 91. Automatically burns logs and smelts ore into bars. 4 XP. 0.6, C6, C1. Soul Split 92. Heals a player by 10% of his or her damage dealt, and lowers the enemy's prayer points by 1 point for every 85 damage. 0.2, C4. Fortitude 94. Boosts by 15%, adds 3% damage reduction. Increases life points by 10 plus 10 per constitution level, increases accuracy of defensive abilities by 10%, doubles base regeneration and allows regeneration in combat. 0.2, C6, C2. Turmoil 95. Plus 10 levels when determining hit chance. Plus 10% damage. Plus 10 levels when determining block chance. Minus 6 enemy levels when determining hit chance. Increasing to minus 10 over time. Minus 6 enemy levels when determining block chance. Increasing to minus 10 over time. Minus 9% enemy damage, increasing to minus 15% over time, PVM. Minus 6% enemy damage, increasing to minus 10% over time, PvP. 0.2, C2. Anguish 95 plus 10 levels when determining hit chance. Plus 10% damage. Plus 10 levels when determining block chance. Minus 6 enemy levels when determining hit chance. Increasing to minus 10 over time. Minus 6 enemy levels when determining block chance. Increasing to minus 10 over time. Minus 9% enemy damage, increasing to minus 15% over time, PVM. 0.2, C2. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Minus 6% enemy damage, increasing to minus 10% over time, PvP. Torment 95. Plus 10 levels when determining hit chance. Plus 10% damage. Plus 10 levels when determining block chance. Minus 6 enemy levels when determining hit chance. Increasing to minus 10 over time. Minus 6 enemy levels when determining block chance. Increasing to minus 10 over time. Minus 9% enemy damage, increasing to minus 15% over time, PVM. Minus 6% enemy damage, increasing to minus 10% over time, PvP. 0.2, C2. Malevolence 99. Plus 12 levels when determining hit chance. Plus 12% damage. Plus 12 levels when determining block chance. Minus 6 enemy levels when determining hit chance. Increasing to minus 10 over time. Minus 6 enemy levels when determining block chance. Increasing to minus 10 over time. Minus 9% enemy damage, increasing to minus 15% over time, PVM. Minus 6% enemy damage, increasing to minus 10% over time, PvP. It is unlocked by using the Pre-Sol Codex. 0.15, C2. Desolation 99. Plus 12 levels when determining hit chance. Plus 12% damage. Plus 12 levels when determining block chance. Minus 6 enemy levels when determining hit chance. Increasing to minus 10 over time. -6 enemy levels when determining block chance, increasing to -10 over time. -9% enemy damage, increasing to -15% over time, PVM. -6% enemy damage, increasing to -10% over time, PvP. It is unlocked by using the Pre-Sul Codex. 0.15, C2. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Action 99. +12 levels when determining hit chance. +12% damage. +12 levels when determining block chance. -6 enemy levels when determining hit chance, increasing to -10 over time. -6 enemy levels when determining block chance, increasing to -10 over time. -9% enemy damage, increasing to -15% over time, PVM. -6% enemy damage, increasing to -10% over time, PvP. It is unlocked by using the Pre-Sul Codex. 0.15, C2. Notes. $ABCD These curses can be used with any others. $ABCDEFGHIJKLMNOPQRSTUVWX These curses can be used with the DECT, Wrath, and Soul Split curses, and others of the same type, for example Sap Warrior and Sap Mage, but Sap and Leech curses cannot be used at the same time. Turmoil/Malevolence follows the same rules except it cannot be used with Sap or Leech curses. DECT summoning can be used with other DECT curses, but not with Wrath, or Soul Split. ABCDEF cannot be used with other overhead prayers except for Protect from summoning. ABC Like the Protect from prayers, DECT curses stop 50% of damage caused by most NPCs and other players, in PvP. ABCDEFG This prayer requires the light within to be completed. AB cannot be used with other curses which double the spell EECT occurrence rate. Cannot be used with other curses which in any way reduce the damage taken for nearby players. Formula. The formula for protection prayers is melee, ranged, magic, and summoning attacks. Reduced damage equals 0.50x normal damage. For example, if 40 damage were inflicted to you, the damage would be reduced to 20 damage. i.e., for every 2 damage that you normally take, only 1 damage is dealt instead. If you were to take 3 damage, for example, the result would be rounded as follows: reduced damage equals 0.50x3 equals 1.5, 1.5-1 damage. Magic bind spells, reduced time equals 0.50 time. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. For example, a spell that would normally hold you for 10 seconds, would be halved to only hold you for 5 seconds. However, this shorter holding EECT does not work for ancient magic size spells. Burying bones and scattering ashes. Main article, remains. Many types of bones and demon ashes exist that players can bury or scatter for prayer experience. However, most of them are available only to members. To bury bones or scatter ashes, simply left-click on the bone or ashes in your inventory. Many players with a high construction level choose to build a gilded altar with incense burners in their house, as this is a much faster way to gain prayer experience than any other although less experience is granted per bone than the ectophuntus, more bones may be processed in a shorter time span. Often the RuneScape forums are a good place to end the other players who are happy to allow loan of their altars for a short amount of time. Alternatively, one can go to a house party world, and at peak times, many players advertise gilded altars. World 31 is a themed world dedicated to this. Prayer restoring potions. Allure error, bad argument #1 to format num, nan. If a potion is untradeable, the price of the ingredients is used instead. Prayer points needs to be rounded down after using the formulas. Equipment. Main article, prayer items. Auras. The Reverence aura increases the prayer point restoration from using potions by up to 10% and decreases prayer point drain by up to 10%. Corruption, Harmony and Salvation auras restore up to 10% of the maximum prayer points for every 500 prayer experience earned, as well as increase prayer experience earned by up to 2.5%. The potency of those effects depend on the tier of the aura used. A player burying bones into the ground. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Gravestones. Players with a prayer level of 70 or higher may bless decaying gravestones, increasing its timer up to a maximum of VE minutes. This can only be done once per gravestone. Training. The most common method of training is to bury bones, or play minigames and mini-quests. Free to play. Main article, free to play prayer training. Gathering bones. There are a number of bone respawn locations. Wilderness Graveyard of Shadows / Forgotten Cemetery, level 1621-10 normal bones respawn. Egevil Dungeon, 7 normal bones respawn. Lower level Lumbridge Catacombs in the room full of corpse mags. There is almost always a swarm of botters killing them, with lots of bones lying on the ground. Wilderness Chaos Temple, level 13, 11-15 normal bones respawn. Tavali Dungeon Blue Dragon Lair, 5 normal bones respawn. Boneyard, previous Clan Wars location, has big bones and normal bones. Extremely good for free-to-play players. Players may also frequent popular training areas and gather the unwanted bones left behind by players that kill the monsters. A highly recommended way for free players to train prayer is to bury big bones, as they give 15 experience. While normal bones give about 4.5 experience. If players have enough coins, they could buy big bones at the Grand Exchange. When burying large numbers of bones, you can cut the time spent in half with some timing. To do this, click any bone. About halfway through the animation, click another. You will have buried 2 bones while viewing the animation a single time. Players have also reported that it is possible to bury 3 sets of bones during a single animation using a similar technique. When simply burying bones after monster killing, big bones are useful only if you can kill the monster faster than the time it takes to kill 4 chickens. Alternatively, you can also bind a particular type of bone to a keybind so that you only have to repetitively press on a single button to bury the bones. If a player has access to cremation, they can use a bone on a bonnery to gain experience equivalent to 2.5 times that of the same bone when it is simply buried. Players can also use bones on altars in Demonheim to gain 4 times the amount. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Lamps. Methods to obtain experience lamps, even as a non-member, include completing all of the Lumbridge and Drainer tasks, where for each of the 4 parts you have completed you will be rewarded with lamps, granting you increasingly higher amounts of experience for any chosen skill, and venturing north to the Barbarian Village, reaching the stronghold of Player Safety, which will contain 2 antique lamps. Daily challenges. Free players may want to consider doing daily challenges assigned by Challenge Mistress Farah, as the challenges require small quantities of bones or ashes to be gathered and dealt with while gaining decent amounts of experience. Members. Main article, Pay-to-Play Prayer Training. Bones Cost Analysis. See the Bone Burial Calculator for coins per experience point analysis of bones using live data from the Grand Exchange Market Watch. Experience boosting equipment. First Age Out T gives a 1% bonus experience per piece, as well as additional 1% for the complete set, totaling in a 6% bonus. The equipment does not work at the Ectophuntus. Prayer icking. The act of prayer icking is where a player switches a prayer on when its EECT is required, and turns it off immediately after. If done correctly, the prayer will be used without a loss to prayer points. This can be done with combat prayers, protection prayers, and soul split. Flicking requires constant attention and a lot of practice, but it can be very useful where prayer points need to be conserved, such as in Demonheim or the TZ Half-Fight Cave. To prayer ick, one must activate and deactivate a prayer so it is active on the needed game tick. If icking a combat prayer or soul split, this is the tick you attack. If icking a protection prayer, this is the tick your enemy attacks, which is not necessarily the tick you take damage. Stock Jad, Tormented Demons, and Glarkors are the exception, for their attacks are instead calculated when their hit lands. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Players can access prayers via the prayer book, their action bar or their quick prayers, which can be placed on your action bar. Quick prayers can be used to ick multiple prayers such as soul split alongside a combat prayer. If icking auto attacks, the player must gain a feel for your weapon's speed. Flicking abilities can be easier, since you use each ability manually, but the timing of ability icking varies greatly between abilities and you will need extensive practice. If icking monsters, the player will have to study their attack speed RST, and then ick as you would auto attacks, where prayer could be very helpful. Doing the TZ Half-Fight Cave and Fight Kill. The following quests: Desert Treasure, While Guthix Sleeps, Nomads. Requiem, Contact, Morning's End Part 2, Ritual of the Majorat, The Brink of Extinction, Birthright of the Dwarfs. The following monsters / bosses: Corporeal Beast, Darganath Kings, Calphite Queen, Tormented Demons, Arixxor, Nex, Rise of the Six, Vorago. Beastmaster Durzug, Yakamaru. Finding a good corporeal beast team is near impossible without 70+ prayer. Additionally, finding a skilled corporeal beast team or soloing the corporeal beast is very difficult without the ability of the Turmoil Curse. All God Wars dungeon bosses. The Queen Black Dragon. PvP minigames, Castle Wars, Soul Wars, Stealing Creation, etc. Chaos Dwarf Battle ELD. Monsters that use prayer. This section or article is incomplete. Reason: other monsters need their prayer behavior written. You can discuss this issue on the talk page or edit this page to improve it. Overhead. Some monsters are able to utilize prayers, mainly overhead prayers. Nex is exceptional to the rest in that she uses curses, not prayers. Stock Jad, the ultimate test for your prayer. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Nex. Nex is able to use all the ECT overhead curses, including Soul Split and Wrath, while getting her. She randomly switches between the three DECT overhead curses, and during her null phase she visibly activates Turmoil and can also switch to Soul Split. When she dies, she uses Wrath, which has a slightly larger area of ECT radius than that of a player's. Calphite Queen. The Calphite Queen uses Protect from ranged and magic simultaneously. During her RST form, while she uses Protect from melee during her second form. Sigmund. Sigmund will counter any attack by using a protection prayer before it is able to do any damage unless the player uses the backhand ability with the Ancient Mace while he doesn't have Protect from melee active, causing his prayer to deactivate. Zara Omar Sliver. Fist and Antilles. Tormented Demon. Tormented demons initially use Protect from melee when they spawn and counter attacks by switching their protection prayer after 3100 or more damage has been enacted with that particular style. Elite Black Knight. Elite Dark Ranger. Elite Dark Mage. Elite Dark Warrior. Zinnik. Asti Frostweb. Asti Frostweb uses protection prayers randomly and switches to another random protection prayer at regular intervals. Her prayers owe 100% protection and do not run out. Sagittaire. Sagittaire uses Protect from ranged in D nightly and does not switch. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Zenivivia. Runebound Behemoth. The Runebound Behemoth is able to use overhead protection prayers simultaneously, and they can be deactivated temporarily by activating particular crystals in the room to expose him to a particular style. Skeletal Trio. The Skeletal Trio use protection prayers randomly and switch to another random protection prayer at regular intervals. They may use errant protection prayers at any one time. Akrazi the Doomed. Akrazi the Doomed can use any protection prayer and counter attacks by switching or activating a protection prayer after 1500 or more damage has been enacted with that particular style. Other behavior by monsters can be induced by the player's prayer. Black Knight Guardian. The Black Knight Guardian can regenerate his health if the player has any prayer points left and is within melee range, while draining the player's prayer points. Toxkit Dill. Tokakit Dill. These monsters are more likely to use their special attack that deals heavy, unblockable damage if the player is using overhead prayers / curses. Hobgoblin Geomancer. The Hobgoblin Geomancer is more likely to use his prayer draining special attack if players are using any prayer against him, including non-overhead. Kaljar the Warmonger. The Warmonger will use a deadly special attack that reduces your health to 1 if you block his attacks with a prayer / DECT curse 10 times consecutively. Arixzi. Snail Feet. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Moschin. Red Eyes. Strongbones. Revenants. Erut. Balance Elemental. Tormented Demon. Flesh Spoiler Haskanak. Darganath Mother. Chaos Dwarf Hand Cannoneer. Guthix Wizard. These monsters are able to recognize overhead prey and will use alternate styles to counter them when battling. Level Up Table. Main article, Prayer / level up table. Temporary boosts. Main article, temporary skill boost. Level. A player's prayer level can be boosted by stepping on a properly configured power-up tile in a clan citadel. Battle ELD. This boost simply boosts a player's temporary level. It does not boost the player's prayer points above normal while in the battle ELD. Like most other temporary boosts, this boost will wear at the standard rate. This prayer boost does not allow a player to use prayers that are above their base level. Prayer level can also be boosted by a pulse core. Points. Prayer points can be boosted above the normal maximum, prayer level x10. Boosting prayer points does not enable a player to use prayers above his or her original prayer level. The following allow a boost to maximum prayer points. The altars at God Wars Dungeon, providing you are wearing a relevant God item. Praying at the statue of the Devourer in the user master bar, this will drain several life points. The altar in Seer's Village boosts prayer points by 20, if the player has completed the hard Seer's Village tasks. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. The altar in the Nature Grotto requires completion of Nature Spirit, boosts 20 prayer points above maximum. A spicy stew with yellow spice can increase it by 10 to 60 points, however it can also decrease it by 60 points. A prayer cape's special ability will raise it from 990 to 1000. The sulfur spring in Oglog will raise prayer points above maximum depending on prayer level. At 50 prayer it would be 570 / 500, at 70 it would be 780 / 700. The monastery's altar recharges 20 prayer points above normal maximum, making it the best free to play altar. Praying at the altar of Zaraos in the Sentisan Temple will boost prayer points by 15%. Each statue built during the In Memory of the Myric mini-quest will boost points by 5, up to a maximum of 50, when paying respects at one of the statues. Falada Shield allows you to recharge a certain percentage of your maximum prayer points. It does not boost above maximum, however. The amount of points recharged depend on the level of the shield. 1. 25% once daily. 2. 50% once daily. 3. 100% once daily. 4. 100% twice daily. Jane Gerberries restore 10 prayer points each as well as restore 20 life points, and raise your attack plus strength by 2, however it lowers your defense by 1 point. Skilling Pet. Main article, Ghostly. Like all skills, there is a skilling pet obtainable from training this skill. For prayer, the pet is called Ghostly. Trivia. A prayer bonus of plus 50 is required to halve the drain rate of prayers. The prayer icon color was originally yellow, but Jagex changed the color on the 21st of November 2006, when Hunter was released. Most attackable monsters, like the Calphite Queen, do not use the power of prayer, but are merely Immune to certain types of attacks. The FAQ for the Mighty Fall has implied the existence of Bundosian prayers, which players cannot access. Before the evolution of combat, players were capable of using prayers that had become obsolete due to unlocking superior versions of the prayer, such as using Mystic Lore instead of Mystic Might. This is explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. No longer possible. The current minimum requirement to be ranked, at approximately rank 1,173,592, on the HI scores for prayer is level 15. As of the 4th of February, 2023, there are 165,071 current members that have achieved level 99 in prayer. There are 3,915 current members that have achieved level 120 in prayer. References: *JJX. God Letter 15, Zamorak speaks his mind once more, Letter 1 RuneScape God Letters. See also Altar for locations of altars across RuneScape. Prayer items. Quest experience rewards, prayer. Free-to-play prayer training, a guide to training prayer for free-to-play players. Pay-to-play prayer training, a guide to training prayer for pay-to-play players. Grand Exchange Market Watch /prayer. Prayer calculators. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF.